This is going to be my take on the best turbo that you could buy for the money for your stock block Focus ST. Alright, and we're going to go over everything on the car. I currently run the turbo, and why I run the turbo, and why you should buy it if you have a stock motor Focus ST. So obviously my setup looks a little bit different, and the turbo is relocated to the side. I do believe that the G25 550 is the best turbo for the Focus ST on a stock block, and nobody will tell me different, and I'll get into it. Before we jump into the turbo, if you're not following the Instagram, which is going to be up here somewhere or here, I don't know, go follow it right now. I'll put a link in the description. I'll see if I can figure out how to make this a quick link. I don't know what I'm doing, but go follow that. I post a lot of good content on there, a lot of good steals on there, and yeah, I'm giving away a 6266 turbo. So if you're not subbed, sub. And if you're not following the Instagram, follow the Instagram. And once we hit 1,000 subs, 6266 will be given away. I'll put a picture of it here somewhere so you can check it out. All right, so if you want a turbo that sounds something similar to this, or if you want a turbo that sounds something similar to this, go ahead and get you a G25 550 for your Focus ST, and I promise you, you won't be disappointed. Okay, so for the G25 550, the reason I picked that is because, one, it is a super responsive turbo, extremely responsive. It's great for back road driving, right? City driving, provides a lot of low-end torque on the car, which is extremely fun, especially in the front wheel drive scene. And it delivers a smooth power band. You could go a couple different directions. You can go with Garrett, which is the most expensive version of this, or you could go with Pulsar. Now, Pulsar is still a great option for the car and will provide pretty much similar results, but the low-end, hard-hitting, smaller turbos for your stock block is the way to go. Now, the great thing about that, ignore my kit, but the great thing about the Pulsar or the G25 550 is that they're bolting straight onto the stock location. You don't need to make any modifications as far as making something work. It's just straight bolt on in a straight tune, and you're gonna go ahead and hit the road and sound like this. Okay, so I'm gonna break down my G25 550. And keep in mind, this front housing, it's a T51R mod. So I suggest if you want to do that, do that. It sounds like this. It gives you kind of that jet type idle that everybody sees all over the internet. My recommendation, and what I have on this, is the .72 AR, okay? And that is just my recommendation. Do your own research, but my recommendation is the .72 AR. And with my current setup, I am making 400 wheel horsepower on 93, which I'm pushing the 93 with the high knock, and I am making 435 about on full ethanol with this turbo, and I've had 0 issues, and it performs insane on back roads. It is extremely fun. Now you see here, this is my Comp 40 Turbo Smart wastegate that I paired with my G25 550. We're not going to go too into wastegates right now, but I would advise getting a wastegate as opposed to an external as opposed to internal. Okay, it offers better boost control, flexibility for the tuners, springs, pretty much you name it. It's just an all-around better option. Now, it is going to be a little bit more expensive, but we're paying for quality and reassurance on this car rather than cheaping out. And if you're going to cheap out anything, don't cheap out on your turbos. Pulsar and Garrett are great. Stay away from max speeding rods, things like that. You don't want to have cheap shit break during a pull. It's just not the way. As far as spooling goes for this turbo, you're going to be hitting boost around 1800 RPMs, 17 give or take your AR size, but generally 17, 18, 1900 RPMs. And then you're going to be at full boost on this turbo around 3300 RPMs, give or take 100, right? I mean, you can't get a better hard-hitting turbo on a stock block, and you can even do it on a stock fuel system than this turbo right here. So, it's a quick video, but at the end of the day, what you want on your Focus is something that's super responsive. As soon as you hit the pedal, you're spooling, right? And you want something that's going to feel more electric off the jump, right? On a stock motor, that's what you want. And the G25 550 is going to produce that all the way through. On the more budget side, like I said, you could go with the Pulsar, or you could go with the BNR. I believe it's the ST68, and correct me if I'm wrong, but BNR is a great series. I've had a plethora of turbos on this car, from Garrett to Pulsar to the BNR ST71, the 68. I've had a ton of different setups on this car. And for the stock motor, the G25 550 is the best. So for my turbo, like I said, I'm on a 0.72 AR, and it's pretty much maxed out on E85, and I do not run a stock fueling system. I have a whole other video about my fuel and everything that I did, but yes, 0.72 AR, quick spooling, best sounding turbo, and it's going to go great if you just have the basic bolt-ons, or if you have fucking everything. It's going to be the best intro turbo to a stock block, stock fuel system that money can buy, right? So pretty much, to wrap it all up, do whatever you want, but I would say most Focus owners will agree that the G25 550 is the best turbo money can buy for a stock block, stock fuel system, full bolt-on car. And I would stay away from the Chinese knockoffs like max speeding rods and all those other weird companies, the big three. Obviously, if you got the money for it, Garrett, and I like the BNR series turbos, and Pulsar. They all make the equivalent to the G25 550, and either one of those will be okay. But I have a T51R mod on this G25 550. It's a Chinese knockoff, and I swear Maybe it's just a mental thing. I can tell the difference. Like, it just doesn't feel the same as the other housing. Call me crazy. I say spend the money on good quality turbo parts and it will feel a lot better. But that's my 10 cents. Take it or leave it, whatever it is. This is going to perform the best out of the box. No questions asked. No argument. I'll die on that. All right. Appreciate you guys for watching. That was just my 2 cents on a turbo that's best for this car. And it's snowing and super cold. And I have no mods in for the car right now. Everything I'm just kind of waiting on. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Make sure you like, subscribe, follow the Instagram, put that over here. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.